What's up, bro? How you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, man.
Awesome
Thank you for
stuff.
the fire performance you just gave us.
No, thank you. Thank you for having me, Tseho.
I'm pretty sure that the people are going to be super enjoying your performance and they're going to love the wonderful fire that you've brought today.
Yeah, man. I really appreciate the listeners and everybody out there who is, digging deep into the sound.
Yeah. So how about you start off by introducing yourself to the people, man?
Okay, Kamalam Nqobile, also known as Nqobs. I'm from Klerksdorp in the northwest, also known as Maglera. And yeah, I'm around here at Joburg, pushing the dream, trying to make a career for myself. And that through studying. I'm currently doing my third year in pharmacy at WITS University.
Okay.
And yeah, the goal is to finish. The goal is to graduate and make a success of myself. And on the side, I have a little hobby called music, and it's been keeping me, alive and not stationary.
Yeah.
And it's keeping me creative, and and it's keeping me busy as well. And I love it. And it's one thing that I think I will carry throughout my life, regardless of where I land. So yeah, I love the music as well.
So how do you manage that balance between studying pharmacy and studying music? And doing music, sorry.
And doing music. I think one thing to keep note of is to have your priorities right. You come here to school to do what you called here to do, I mean, I think for the most part, you will have to attend school, you will have to attend classes, and that is your priority. And then with the free time that you have, you exercise that creativity, you exercise your hobbies. And in the same way that your parents, if you grew up, they'll tell you there's a time to come home, there's a time to play with friends, and this is a time to eat, whatever. So you set that for yourself, and for everybody it's different. So for me, it's, my Mondays to Fridays are usually packed with school, and then the weekend is when I flexibly try and exercise my creativity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So during those weekends, what is it exactly that you do?
That I do.
Yeah.
Well, in the week, one thing I would definitely do is I journal a lot. I journal every single day, and through those. Why do I journal?
Yes.
Because I worry.
Okay.
And to worry less, I tend to want to pour my words down. And it's like a light off my shoulders a bit. So yeah, it keeps me worried less. And generally, coming from a traumatic background, etc., it's also a good way to keep afloat and not drown in life's challenges.
Yeah.
So I journal, and through those journals, songs come out. I don't know how, but I think it's just a matter of my love for sound as well. I've just loved, playing with sounds on my phone. I make beats on my phone.
You make beats too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
man.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know you make beats too. I thought you just, provide the vocals.
Now I make beats as well, but I'm kind of slacking these days. But I do make beats.
Yeah.
A lot of them, I'd say, new school hip hop. I'd say the new school mixed with a bit of of drill, South African drill as well.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
yeah. I love that sound. I just love the instrumentals, just the instrumentals themselves.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I also just record everything I record on my phone. So I've always recorded everything on my phone, all of my music on my phone. Here and there I've had, studio sessions, but I just love the authenticity of just, connecting in my own bedroom and doing that there. And if I can, master the sound on my phone, then I think that would, set me apart of my sound. But obviously I will grow into, that studio space.
Yeah.
And, and growing as well in my music. But yeah, that's just me, what I do.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer in using what you got and using what's more comfortable to you.
Yeah.
So if you're more comfortable with a phone, use a phone. If you're more comfortable going to a high-end studio with a producer sitting behind that glass, do that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, just do what you do. Be creative.
Definitely.
Yeah, I wanted to say that I also journal. That's why I asked you why you journal. I call it reflection. So I call it like reflecting. So I try. Hey, nowadays I've been bad. But I've got 2 ways that I journal. So it's either I'm gonna literally write down. I've got like several books. I actually have some right there.
That's good.
So that they don't find them at home, because now they're gonna be reading my secrets. So I got that as well, and then sometimes I also record voice notes.
I do that too.
Recording my thoughts and stuff. So like I feel like people that are dealing with stuff that don't know how to release all of those emotions, they can take something from that.
Definitely. And it's a great form of reflection, like you said, and all of us have to exercise it, because we can't be stuck in our past, but we have to look at how we can do things differently and for the better, that is.
100%.
So journaling, I really recommend that everybody does that. If not consistently, at least try it, and then see where you get with it. Just
a paragraph, just
a paragraph, just a sentence. Try and write, I felt this today, and then yesterday, how was that different from how I'm feeling today, and how did that influence me, and what factors as well should I consider to be better and work on being better.
No, I agree with that, bro. So take me to where you were when you were in grade 12 and you were making the decision to study pharmacy. How did that come about?
Well, for me, I started applying in early grade 12, because I think my school, I was lucky enough to go to a school where teachers really emphasize the need to apply early. They emphasize to figure things out as early as you can.
Which school is that?
Ferdinand Postma in Potchefstroom. It's a work school. It's a quintile 4 school, so it's like almost like upper governmental class school.
Okay.
So
what are the quintiles, if you don't mind me asking?
So the quintiles, so the quintile 5 school is basically the top elite schools of South Africa. And then the quintile 4 schools are then, all of them are government, quintile 1 to 5 government. 4 is, I'd say, they're very much well-resourced, but not as well-resourced as the top schools. So those are your Hilton colleges, etc. and whatever. Grey College, those are quintile 5 schools. And then below that, quintile 4, which is the school that I went to. And I was lucky to go to that school because I went there by merit. So it was tough, because as a black kid you don't get these opportunities, but if you do well and you have a great record, then it's good to to get into the schools. And in quintile 3,
sorry man, how did you get in exactly?
How did I get in?
What do you mean by merit?
By merit, what I mean by that is I obviously had good primary school marks. So not only that, I was involved in a lot of things in primary school, and also then my parents are coming from a background where my mom is a teacher and my dad, he works in law, and it was kind of emphasized the need for education and applying yourself in various forms. So I debated, and I think that's what they liked. That's what these schools want in students. They want people who can apply themselves in different ways, not only academics, but you have to, be cultural and also one thing that brought me to the school was I played rugby. I'm sorry about that. I played rugby. And that was like a door to those Afrikaans schools, because they're big on rugby. So it doesn't have to be rugby in particular.
Rugby?
I used to play rugby. I used to play rugby, man. I used to play flank. I used to play.
You cannot be flank. You can't be there deep within the scrums.
I was there.
Oh, you were there. Flank is in the scrums.
Flank is like like you are just outside. You're in the scrum, but you are supporting the scrum. So they're like, just support the scrum. And I did well for myself, but it ended pretty quick because of COVID. I think it was 2019 was the last time I played. No, 2020. That was the last time I played rugby. But I'd say how I got into that school is just my just just my love for to want to be successful.
Yeah.
You know, and they interview you actually. And one thing about the school, they send invitations firstly to the like top performing students at primary schools around the area.
Yeah.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah.
To top performing students around the schools in the area, and then you get called for an interview. And then once you get called for an interview, they ask you like a bunch of questions and about like the change that you want to see. Like it's basically an NBT test. What we know as the NBT test, but for high school. But for getting into high school.
Hectic.
So it's a hectic process. Yeah. It's a hectic process. It's not easy to get into these kinds of schools, but it's a privilege, honestly. But also I think that certain schools can do more by reaching out to more students at, you know, primary schools that nobody has even heard of in like the town schools.
Yeah.
So I think there's still work to be done in terms of that.
So if quintile 4 and 5 are those high schools, quintile 1, what's quintile 1?
Quintile 1 is the rural schools, what we call the rural schools, the non-paying government schools. And they are labeled quintile 1 because they are the least resourced. So in terms of books, they don't have, you know, enough books usually. And also the schools tend to have deteriorated to a certain degree.
Okay.
And what else? A few of them today have computer labs, but quite a lot of them don't have computer labs, and you would expect to find a computer lab at a school.
Yeah.
So quintile 1 is those least resource schools.
Okay.
And then 2 and 3, I believe they are also non-paying schools, but township and semi-urban. And yeah, they're a bit resourced, but you know, still lacking in terms of what you want to get out of a student.
I get that.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, back to matric you.
Yeah. Back to matric me, man. I was so driven by the need to be successful. Like I said earlier, I've always seen myself as a successful person, and I knew that had to be within a career space that made sense with my abilities, or just at least my interests, you know. So my earliest interests, dating back from like early high school up until like matric, was engineering, STEM, just general STEM. So I was interested in engineering. I even applied for engineering at Stellenbosch University. I applied for engineering at UJ and UCT. I was also interested by the health sciences side, but less the surgery side, so less medicine. I was not much interested in medicine, although it was kind of the better option in my parents' eyes.
Of course, yeah.
But I was like, pharmacy is quite interesting. I mean, it has a lot of, you know, research in it, which I love. I love research. It has a lot of, you know, you make stuff. So you make the medication. You make stuff. You work with equipment as well. So there's a bit of engineering element factor involved there, and yeah, that's what I've always wanted. And I knew pharmacy was that degree to bring the best out of me. And yeah, I had a chat with my mom during the time I was applying. I was like, Mama, here's my career plan. I want to do pharmacy for the next 4 years. And then after that, I pursue masters possibly, and then, you know, look into, you know, venturing maybe in entrepreneurship. But that's the long-term goal, entrepreneurship. So yeah, my mom agreed with my plan. Yeah, she was just that lady who she wanted to hear. I have 3 brothers, so she wanted to hear each and every one of our plans, so that we know where we're going. If we leave the house, this is where you're going. You don't just go out there in the world. And it's worked for my older brother, who's now a teacher, and I believe that it's working for me. Having those conversations and, you know, and not hiding behind your dreams.
No, I get that, man. So when you got to WITS University as a first-year student, what were some of the challenges you faced? And also, like, the courses that you do in pharmacy. Like, what courses did you do specifically in first year? Dealing with that transition from matric and stuff. Because obviously to get into pharmacy at WITS, you need to be doing maths, right?
Definitely.
I'm assuming.
Yes.
And physical, is it physical science or physics? I don't
Physical sciences.
Yeah. That one.
Yeah.
So maybe you can just take us through that and the first year experience as a pharmacy student at WITS University.
Okay. So firstly, I wanna take everybody back to how you get in and what you need to get in. Physical sciences, they say the physical sciences, mathematics, as well as life sciences, and English as one of your languages. And then with each and every one of those subjects, you need to get at least level 5. But, obviously we know that you have to get more than that to get a placement, because they take about between 100 and 140 students into first year at WITS, particularly in pharmacy program. So it's very competitive. And then when you get to first year, you start with an orientation week program, and through that program they teach you a lot about WITS, what the university is about. You learn a lot about the campuses, and it's basically a fun time to just assimilate you to the environment. And you don't do a lot of school, but there is a bit of a course which is like a computer literacy course, which you don't really have to do, but you just have to pass, as long as you pass it. And then orientation week, and then it's over. And then as a pharmacy student, you then start usually mid-February, and the courses that you do in first year is physical sciences. No, not physical science, physics.
Yeah, is it still called 1014?
It's physics. No, 1014 is the
engineering one.
The engineering one.
Okay.
It's physics for health sciences students. I think it's 10 something though. Yeah. I don't know. I don't remember.
I just know if it starts with a 10, you're gonna work.
Yeah. You have to pause. So you do physics. It's like an upgraded level of matric physics, like super upgraded. So you have to be ready, embrace the battle. And then you do chemistry. That's like chemistry for health sciences, but it's chemistry core at its core. So you cover quite a lot of chemistry, organic chemistry. You cover a lot of, what else? Yeah, there's just inorganic chemistry as well. So it's a lot of general chemistry that you're doing. You also do pharmaceutical practice 1. That's the introductory module to pharmacy as a whole. So in that module, you do different disciplines. They teach you about different disciplines that you will find in pharmacy, whether it's clinical pharmacy, which is hospital, or what else? Or industrial pharmacy, which is where they make the medication and where they pass laws on medication. What else? And also regulatory, which also works alongside industrial pharmacists, and retail pharmacy, which is what most popularly what we know the most. So you get introduced to that. You don't do a lot of practical work in the module, but you learn a lot about the practicality of the work. You do a lot of practical work in your other modules, which is physics, chemistry. Did I miss anything? Oh yes, there's one more module, which is health system sciences. You take the module in second semester, I believe. And it's basically, you learn about systems within our health sector, whether it's public or private in South Africa. You also learn international relations with, health laws and how they're affecting us, even if it's a law that's passed in another country. So it's a text-intensive course. You read a lot. You do assignments. You don't have exams, so you do a lot of assignments.
Oh, no exams?
Yeah, even the final.
I'm sure the assignments are
hectic. Yeah, you get a lot of assignments, and you have a portfolio. So I guess that's the exam. You have a overall portfolio that you have to create about what you learn in health sciences, and it's also creative. It's a creative course. You can, because you do a website at some point. And then in that website, it's basically about you and what you learn and who you are and where you're going and how you're going to set your foot in health. So it's a bit creative, and for those who don't like chemistry and physics, I think that's a course that they would enjoy. Am I missing a course? Yes, one more course, and I think that will be 5. So it's physics, chemistry, pharmaceutical sciences or pharmaceutical practice. What's the last one? Health system sciences, as well as introduction to medical sciences. So that's biology. So you do core biology, biology of the human body. And then after first year you pass those, and then you get into second year.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just for the viewers, there's a church next door and it's starting there. So it means that this interview is blessed. So if you hear some people singing or preaching, guys, we gotta do what we gotta do.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So I heard you saying that there's different types of fields within pharmacy, right? So when you're moving on to second year and third year, are there some choices that you have to make, or is the structure of the course just generic for everybody?
So the structure of the course is generic for everybody. So you don't have electives. The only elective that you have is in your research year, which is your honors year in fourth year. Where you have to elect what you're going to research about. And that's your only elective of the course. Everything else is standard, and it's been that for years now. And and I think they do that deliberately to get you used to what they want to get out of you, because pharmacy is very broad, and they don't want you to go too far from what you do as a pharmacist. So you practice all cores of pharmacy and all different sectors as prescribed. So no electives. And then when you get to second year, that's when you get to be exposed to what pharmacy is really about, and that's when you get to continue with your work-based learning, which is where you go to a pharmacy of your choice. And whether it be in hospital or in corporate pharmacies, and you learn through the work. So you're basically like a pharmacist, but you're a student pharmacist, and they teach you through it.
From second year already?
From first year, actually. Even in first year, they call them hours that you have to complete. And
that's good. That's really, really good.
At first, you start in first year, and you learn through it. They teach you a lot about what you need to do in that discipline. So far, I've been to hospital pharmacy, I've been to retail pharmacy, and pretty soon I will be going to an industrial pharmacy.
That's really, really dope. So in your journey studying pharmacy, what was that one module that gave you the most problems? The one that used to give you those sleepless nights? You'd call mama, be like, "Hi mama, I don't know."
Physiology. Physiology second year, I'm telling you. Yo. Nah. I think many people didn't have a problem with the module, and that surprised me because it's such an intensive module, and it's starting to make me think that people who do this course love intensive work. So I think it's kind of second nature to them, but to me it's I'm not too fond of intensive work, and especially when you write 10 topics in one test and you had 2 weeks to prepare. So it taught me a lot about intensive work as well. So it was a learning curve. Physiology second year.
But you survived.
We had to by any means.
As long as you beat it, man.
By any means.
So I've got a question, man. I've seen that there are in health sciences. I've seen that there's pharmacy and there's biochemistry. So I've never really understood what the difference is. I don't know if you are able to explain that, if you do know.
Okay, so the core differences between pharmacy and biochemistry is that pharmacists do biochemistry, but biochemists do not do pharmacy. Okay. So it's kind of like biochemistry is a discipline within pharmacy that we have to apply in our practice. So biochemistry, essentially what it is you learn a lot about biology firstly and how it relates to chemistry simply. So it's a lot of research work that you have to do. So usually if you find the average biochemist, they work in the lab and they work directly with research partners or research laboratories. And then with a pharmacist, on the other hand, it's a more professional career, more professional degree where you work in a hospital.
Yeah.
You work with people. You don't work directly in the lab. So it's yeah, that's how I see the differences between the two careers.
It kind of makes sense when you explain it that way. Because the reason why I'm asking is because for a particular time, I went to Rhodes.
Yeah.
So pharmacy is quite big at Rhodes, right? So a lot of students would actually do biochemistry in order to get into pharmacy. So when you explain it that way, that biochem is within pharmacy, it actually makes sense to me.
Yeah. Actually, the course that I'm complaining about is physiology and medical biochemistry. So yeah, we do biochemistry as pharmacists, and it's an interesting field. It's in just a bit research intensive, just a lot of research within biochemistry.
Yeah. Okay, so bro, what type of advice would you give to a student who's going through the most right now? And just need something to just keep them going?
So to somebody who's going through the most and they need something to keep them going, all I have to say is, firstly, Jesus loves you and he died for your sins. So whether you are a believer or you're not, I'm here to tell you of the good news which came through Christ. So it's important that we accept reality and we accept the truth. And also, I want you to know that it is going to be okay. Nothing is forever. Nothing happens forever. Whatever situation you're in, the next person was in and they overcame, and you won't be the first person to go through it. So and also overcome. So, and also what helps is going back to who you were in those happy moments, remembering that happiness begins somewhere. It doesn't happen spontaneously. Well, it can, but there is a cause of happiness and you have to find it. It's hard, but you have to find it, and it's within yourself. So if you're depressed, sad, whatever, you don't have to be depressed for long, because all the answers you have are within yourself, and you have to search and keep searching even if you fail, so what, try again.
You'll bounce back. Keep on working.
You'll bounce back. Just keep on going, and one day a savior will show himself to you, and you'll see what he's about, and it'll be a different time. It'll be a different happiness. It'll be a different joy that you will exude every day of your life, and that's what I'm doing today, just spreading the love.
I repeat, this interview is blessed, brother.
Amen.
It's a blessed interview.
Amen, brother. Amen, brother.
Yeah, I'm sure people are gonna just heed that message, and it's gonna keep them going.
Yeah.
So, what's happening for you right now? What's coming up? Do you have anything that's in the pipelines that you'd like to tell people about?
Well, right now I'm working on a project. It's a small project of 4 or 5 songs that I'll be releasing in January. So that's in about 2 months, and I'm working on a few artists that I've met and have known, and a few of them are on SoundCloud. One of them is called The Illustrator. He's a very, very dope producer, and I'm excited to work with him. And another guy that I'm working with is Israel Scott. He's a very, very dope Christian rapper. and I'm so excited to work on a project with him, and he's very dope, and I think people should listen to those two guys and what they have to offer. Spotify, SoundCloud, they're on there.
Hey, you guys must pull up when you're done with that.
Yeah, man.
Come pull up a young performance. Give people a little bit, something a little different.
Definitely. Yeah. So I'm working on that, and then January 2025, I will be releasing a project on all streaming platforms. Mm-hmm. That will be my debut, I believe, in all platforms. And yeah, I'm excited for that. Mm-hmm. But right now, I'm just chilling. I'm just chilling and, spending time with myself again. Mm-hmm. And then, yeah.
Yeah, I got a weird question, man. If you were to give yourself the 5-year version of you 5 years ago, the version of you 5 years ago, if you had to give yourself just a piece of advice, what would that be? Yeah, you can think about that.
Ooh, that's a tough question.
It's a tough question.
Because I have many things popping up in mind. Because
I'll give you maybe 2 pieces of advice.
2?
Yeah. 3 maximum.
Okay. Oof. 5 years self.
Yeah, 5 years ago.
5 years ago.
Yeah, so 5 years ago.
Yeah. Oof, man. Firstly, it's okay to fail. It's okay to fail because I've kind of always been scared of failure because I've been so on the bandwagon of being a high performer.
Yes.
And it's like, yo, failure, nah.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of students actually, when they get the results, the ones that are used to doing well, they get hit by that. And a lot of students deal with that for the first time when they get to university. So
that's exactly me. I'm one of those people, and I wish I'd learned that earlier. The second piece of advice is, it's tough because I just have so many. Because I've grown so much and so another thing is, just start. Yeah, whatever it is, just start.
Yeah.
So,
be a little bit reckless, just a little bit, with caution,
with very much precise caution.
Yeah. But yeah, do that thing.
Just start whatever it is you have in mind. Even music, I just started. I was like,
yeah,
let me just start. No one is going to tell me to start.
Yes. Even Vortici, same thing.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly, bro. Exactly. So those are the 2 pieces of advice that I would give to my 16-year-old self. So 5 years ago, I was 16.
Yeah. Okay, that's very good advice.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, especially with the failure part, because a lot of people do deal with that. And a lot of matriculants are actually going to be facing those emotions. Definitely. The ones that want to get those distinctions, the ones that didn't make it into the degrees that they want to study. Reformulate the plan.
Yeah.
Instead of sulking, reformulate the plan. But yeah, bro, if there's nothing more that you want to tell people about, or do you have some shout outs? Do you have some people that you want to say shout outs to? That person that was calling you while we were shooting, maybe she's, yeah.
Nah,
you don't have to say her name, but she knows who she is. She was calling during the shoot.
Shout out to her. She knows her, and she knows that I love her so much.
Come on.
Yeah.
He does. I could see it in his eyes. Okay.
Yeah. No, thank you so much for having me, bro. Thank you so much.
It was a pleasure. Thanks for pulling up, man, and sharing this knowledge on pharmacy. I know for sure that people are going to benefit a lot from the information that you have shared.
Definitely.
So I definitely want you to come back here once you've dropped that EP and come drop some Christian raps here with your homies here. We need those blessings. Students are going to need it going into 2025 as well.
Yeah, man.
Thanks so much, buddy.
Thank you so much.
Really appreciate you.
I appreciate you so much, man. And to the WITS family, thank you so much. Thank you for listening, and God bless. And have a wonderful festive season. Cheers.
Away.
Sure, bro. Awesome stuff.